Welcome back to the show and our next installment of Inside the New Manager Playbook. So we all want to be liked, right? I mean, it's human nature to want to be a part of something, a part of a community. Evolutionarily or anthropologically, whatever it is, we had to be liked. We had to be a part of the group. This was safety because we had to rely on each other to keep us away from predators. Welcome to the Managing Made Simple podcast, where you get a masterclass in managing your team with ease in 15 minutes or less. I'm Lia Garvin, your host and team operations consultant. Through this show and my programs with small businesses and corporate teams, I condense a decade of experience driving team operations in some of the most influential companies in tech into strategies to save you time, money, and most of all, stress. Doesn't matter if you're a business owner who realized that running a team isn't as easy as you thought it would be, are a new manager learning the ropes, or are a seasoned manager ready to up their game. Everyone is welcome to hang out with Managing Made Simple. From conflicts to feedback to delegating and more, we leave no stone unturned when it comes to what makes us love managing, kind of hate it, and everything in between. Let's go. Now, in an office setting, wanting to be liked is sometimes more of an ego thing, but it also has to do with safety, right? If people don't like you, then no one's really advocating for you. You could feel like your job's at risk. So naturally, this comes up. For new managers, it comes up real hot because I think a lot of times we go into this role and we feel like it'll be easier if people like us, right? We feel like it'll be more fun. It'll be more enjoyable for everyone. And we can fall into this trap of people pleasing and wanting to be everyone's friend. And again, it's kind of human nature. So we all understand why this happens. And I know when I first became a manager, this was something I really wrestled with, was like, everything's great. I'm still friends. We're still good. But then when you jump into that mode too early and you act like, no, it's all good. Like, just like, is this good? Is this good? And you're like, kind of like performing to get people to like you. What happens is it's impossible to give hard feedback. It's impossible to have hard conversations. It's impossible to even be taken seriously sometimes and actually communicate expectations because it's like, whoa, that came out of left field. And I noticed what happened to me. And I've talked to some other managers about this. And this is something that can happen if you come across more casual and fun. Then you be serious and people are like, like, what are you mad at me? Did I do something wrong? And people get really thrown off. And I've had to learn over the years that actually kind of setting a tone with folks and saying, hey, this is me. I am silly and fun, and I have to have permission to be serious. Like, if I have to have a hard conversation and things are going to get more serious, that needs to be okay. That I need to feel safe, and I'll do that respectfully. But if I am not just silly all day, or I'm like, hey, let's have this conversation, and it turns a little serious, not to be alarmed. I'm a human. I don't have to be kind of like always laughing to not be mad at you. And this is something that I've wrestled with. And I don't talk about that specifically in the book, but that has come up a lot with managers lately. So I felt like it was worth mentioning. You know, you are allowed to be serious. You're allowed to have a hard conversation, even if your kind of default mode is a little bit more kind of fun and light and chill. It doesn't mean it's either or. And your team members should, it's not okay for them to like say, you were being harsh, you were being mean if you weren't being mean. But it's important to also recognize that might be how it comes across. So my tip to you would be to have a conversation up front and say, hey, let's talk about how we have hard conversations. Let's talk about how, when stuff has to get serious, I want to recognize this is something that has come up for me in the past. Now, when I do that, wow. Now I feel a lot safer having these hard conversations. And I do talk about that, how to have hard conversations in the book, but this recognizing when this shift could be jarring for folks, I think that's worth more of us kind of including in these hard conversations. But what I want to talk about today more was about this trap of wanting to be liked, wanting people's friends. And one thing that I've noticed in a lot of teams where everyone kind of is more friendly and it's like people hang out for work is a lot of times that makes it harder to have hard conversations. It's harder to disagree. It's harder for someone to speak up when something has to change or go a different direction because people don't want to rock the boat. And when you're in that space and that's, when you're a manager and you feel like you can't tell a team member, hey, like this thing didn't go as well and we got to shift that, then you're like completely ineffective. So that's why we can't get stuck in that place. And the truth is, people like you maybe initially because you're all fun and cool, fun manager. But eventually they start to feel like, are you even effective? Because I feel like I can't grow with you. I feel like I don't know if I'm doing well or not, or, I'm not being challenged. And then people actually start to kind of resent that. So it doesn't last. And I think the real kind of middle ground we want to find is not just like doing everything and people pleasing, but, building a relationship with our team members, creating trust, like I talked about last time, right? And having conversations and really showing them like, I want you to be your best. I care about you so much. It's very different than a friendship. Maybe there's some overlaps, but this is a different model. I care about you in your professional goals so much. I am going to give you feedback. I'm going to look for opportunities for that. I'm going to say, hey, let's try this. Let's adjust this. I'm going to give you recognition and praise because I am sort of upholding these goals that you have, and I am with you helping you get there. And again, maybe some of your friendships have that or don't, but it is different. And we're not just doing that because we're friends and we like the person. We're doing it because it's our responsibility as a manager. Now, a lot of times when that goes really well, we can have very positive, friendly relationships with our teams, and that's awesome. But you got to put some, meat behind it. Otherwise, it's just very hollow. Okay, so just want to do a short one today. That is my tip: is recognizing when am I falling into people pleasing? Am I really wanting to be liked? And I talk about this at length in the book, so don't worry, I got you covered. And what do we do instead? Got to build trust. We've got to set expectations, and it's more of a results-based relationship, like a sports team, than a friends and family thing. And again, I talk about it in the book. All right. So to get on the list for exclusive updates and bonuses related to launch, head to liagarvin.com/new book, and you can sign up and get all those updates there. And it will be coming your way on January 27th. I am so excited. And if it's already past January 27th, pick it up on Amazon. See you next time. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Managing Made Simple podcast, where my goal is to demystify the job of people management so that together we can make the workplace somewhere everyone can thrive. With that said, let's spread the word. If you love this episode, please pass it along to someone who might benefit from it. See you next time.